course he bloody does. Ask him. Ask him. Oh, nay. We've a laugh, don't we, kid? No, don't. Is he in? Is he in? Nay. Well, I can't hear you through your triple bloody glazing. This is all wrong, this is. Salty fucking cock. I'm his dad. You nobody. Good night, Karen.
I'm watching Full Monty. Dun, 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 dun. I'm watching Full Monty. Para.
No, not doing it. I'm not stripping. They're taking him away. All I need is 700 quid to get that on me. Yes, no. Dave, he's my kid.
You're waiting for Monty?
Yes, I am watching Full Monty. Have you watched that movie? Oh yeah, you watched it when you were a minor. That's right, I forgot. My memory is really bad.
Your memory's excellent. How are you feeling?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Oh my God, Chef is here as well. Yeah, I've been thinking, and yeah, I'm sorry, Kimber, KK, but yeah, the business is going slow. I mean, this capitalism is destroying me. And yeah, the sales, the customers are not coming back, and this is complicated. I will have to. I don't know. Do you have a LinkedIn profile? Because I cannot keep affording your salary, Kimberly. You're the best host ever, but it's complicated.
Wow, I've been waiting on my paycheck forever.
Oh man, don't worry. You will get it. You will get it. Kimberly will take care of everything. If I disappear and change my name, go after me. But why would I do that?
Why indeed?
How are you guys? How have you been? How are you guys? How have you been?
Good. How about yourself? How have you been?
Yeah, good. Disconnected for a couple of days. I had to take care of certain personal stuff, but here I am back for good.
It's good to charge the batteries every once in a while.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Absolutely. Life is much more than just spaces.
Everyone's life is different.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Well, everyone's life is different. Every one of us is different. We all have beautiful things. We are all beautiful people, and yeah, we are all different. Of course, thank God we are different. I wouldn't like to have two Albertos out there.
Not even if the other one was like Alberto Balsam, which is that brand of shampoo conditioner that you get in the pound shop.
You know what? That sounds such as cheap as shampoo. Here we have one that is called Nacho Ignacio. That is a shampoo that, they try to sell it.
Nacho Ignacio?
Yeah, that sucks. Who would buy it?
No, I'd buy that. You're telling me there's some kind of hair care range called Nacho Ignacio?
Yeah.
I'm there.
Oh my God. I can't believe it. Marketing is amazing what marketing can do.
I'm just a very willing tool of those advertisers. I'm aware of this.
So, what did I miss in this day that I was away? Did I miss something interesting?
Which day are you referring to?
I don't know. I haven't connected since Friday. I think last time I connected was Friday or Saturday. It was Saturday because Chase showed up. Yeah, it was Saturday that I couldn't. Yeah, Azure was hosting a space, and yeah, Chase was there. It was Saturday, if I'm not wrong.
It was Saturday, and we were talking about how you left me hanging on Friday.
Oh man, yeah. Well, it was all about this problems with capitalism, and yeah, it's destroying me. I need, yeah, capitalism is the disease that is killing. Yes, I understand, UK, what you mentioned about capitalism. Now I understand. I need money to support these spaces. I mean, yeah, the customers are not the same as before. They spend much less money here. They don't buy enough alcohol. So, yeah, right now I'm cashing checks as a service here. So if you have a check that you want cash, you won't get cash because I won't give you cash, but I can accept your check and see what I can do. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I'll bear that in mind. Do people still write checks?
Well, actually, yeah, I'm watching Full Monty because I want to diversify and give people access to adult entertainment content. I think that unfortunately that's where money is. It's all about fucking capitalism. Yeah, let's give it a try. Maybe I can rescue these spaces with a little bit of adult entertainment.
Beers, girls, jackpot, cash checks, music, no 18-year-olds.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I have to diversify. I mean, the customers are not coming back. I need to find new ways of finding income for these spaces. So far, I have watching the numbers, and the profit this year have been zero. Yeah, I have to improve that.
You can do it.
Hi, Ali. How are you, Ali? Welcome. How are you, Sure?
Hi, you
Hi, Ali.
guys.
How, Tessie? How is Yuri?
Hi, Azu.
Oh, sorry.
Hello.
I say it's Yuri now. That's your fault, Alberto.
Alberto, you're alive. How's it going?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Yeah, I've been not around for. I was wondering since when, and I was wondering what day is today, and I realized it was last Saturday that I last connected to, and yeah, I had to sort some personal stuff, so I was disconnected. But so far, yeah, I've done it, so I am back. Yeah.
You're back with bells on? Have you ever heard that saying? Have you ever heard that saying in English?
No, what does it mean?
Campanas, campanitas. It means you're coming back with, you're bringing joy and happiness and a
And
No,
party.
castanets.
that's you. You
Nah,
bring joy and happiness.
ah, no, you do. We're all gathered around you. You're the center of the wheel. We all look for you, don't we? All
Oh,
of us. We
oh
look
no,
for you.
no, no. That's too much pressure. I cannot deal with so much pressure.
I have
Come
to
on.
Yes,
agree.
you
On Fridays, I
can.
specifically look for your place, your space.
Oh, yeah, and I have these
See?
complicated customers that expect too much from me, and I feel bad because, yeah, I mean, Fridays nights and chess were like something that was a classic. It was like an event. Everybody, I was looking forward all week to. Okay, it's Friday, JC at night. Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, and slowly that was disappearing, but we have to bring it back because we had a lot of fun.
Bring it back.
Bring it back, bring it back.
What happened in those
Do it.
spaces?
What happened in space? I don't
I would
know.
start talking and lose my train of thought and then go quiet.
Yeah, well, no, but the thing is that he was really, it was funny, but at the same time, it was very respectful and okay. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't something that was inappropriate. It was.
It was not in the weird way. Everyone enjoyed themselves, I think. And that's why we should do it again. Do it this Friday. Do it every
And
Friday.
those nights and the first time that I did that I remember it was 7 p.m. and he had started and I thought to myself, okay, this guy is a pain in the ass. He won't stop speaking, but I don't think he will be up for more than an hour. He will fall asleep. Then it was like 7 a.m. and he was still up, and I was falling completely asleep. And I said, "What the hell, man?" Yeah, that was the first experience with Chasey and Friday night. I don't know how he did it, but my respects.
Hey, what's the title of this room?
Beers,
Beers,
girls,
girls,
jackpot, cash,
jackpot,
checks,
cash checks,
Oh,
music.
that's a
music.
new, yeah, that's a new business model for my spaces. Yeah, I'm watching Full Monty right now, and yeah, in order to create income from this, I'm offering beers, girls, also men. I'm watching Full Monty now to learn from the adult industry. Jackpot, cash, we check cash, music. Be back in 20 minutes. That's something that I can remove because I am here. Uh, so
So,
yeah,
so you're
what
watching the full Monty to learn how to
yeah,
dance, are you?
I'm watching the full Monty. I posted a picture. I'm watching the full Monty because I've never done it, and yeah, it's a movie that it's amazing. Just the fact that I think the budget was $10,000 and the profits were like a million or millions of dollars, which is amazing. So yeah, I have to learn from these things that I mean I don't want to reinvent things that have already been made. So let's learn from these people that were able to do this thing. And the best part is that Kay knows part of the songs of Full Monty. It's
Yeah.
raining men, hallelujah.
Looking for some hot stuff, baby,
Baby,
this
this
evening.
evening. You know, that movie, I mean, women love to see men strut their stuff. Of course we love that stuff.
But as the co-host, I feel some semblance of responsibility for you, Alberto. Now, I know very much that you want to feel the fear and do it anyway. But equally, I don't want this to be a situation that might make you feel exposed.
Oh, okay. Why don't you tell about all the situation to Pierce, and let's ask for his wisdom to see what he thinks about this new approach. Okay, I know that. I mean, I know that it's useless because the profits will be still zero. But anyway, just give it a try. Pierce,
What up?
I have. Oh,
yeah,
how you
sorry,
doing, sir?
Chasey.
No, I was gonna ask about what I posted. I have a question for that, but Pierce just came up the speaker, so I wanted to say hi.
Yeah, hi Pierce.
What up?
Welcome to the new space. I don't know what you feel about the name of the space. I hope you feel comfortable. This is for adults only to have
I
fun in
do
a
have one
respectful
thing
way.
that's pissing me off about the title. You have
That
two spaces between beers and girls. If you could just erase one of the spaces, that'd be great.
okay, Kay. Yeah, you can make the modification. The
Done and
customer is
done.
always right. The customer is
I
always right.
request you erase girls.
Why don't we add instead of the erasing girls, we add
I'm a fan
boys?
of commas. How about we add some commas? Because Beers, Girls, Jackpot, Cash, Checks, Music, no 18s, BB.
Yeah,
How about
Who
girls
is
only?
we
BB?
also play.
What is BB?
Yeah, and
Is
also
it feedback?
I want to put blackjack also. I don't know what you think.
Blackjack
Yeah,
Want
sounds
to
you're not
good
put
to me.
asking
black
me.
shackles?
Yeah, I was going. I
I'm with
What
black.
remember
about
also
black shackles? Because
always
that's
Pierce
what the
playing.
caption's suggesting. I'm
Pierce
not
always
going to
playing
rule it out.
pool for Pierce because Pierce always likes playing pool.
I do like playing pool, that's for sure. I rarely, well, I do win occasionally these days, but not as much as I used to. The title of the space, Beers, Girls, Jackal, Cash, Checks, Music, something or other, BB, which I don't know what is. Beers, yeah, I think I'd remove the girls too. Nothing but bloody trouble anyway, aren't they? Or
None of us will take the bait, Pierce.
Okay, we can remove
you
girls
know me too well.
to avoid any kind of yeah.
It's all right. I've taken care of it. There are now
Thank you.
not girls.
All right, Grant. There you go. You had the power, Kay. There are girls. There's
Can
still
I
be as
be
girl.
a girl?
I saw
Yeah,
Beale's
I'm the Beatles
girl.
girl. Who
Just the
wants
one
to
girl. Okay, that's easier.
have file stuff?
Sounds like a busy life anyway. Whoever ends up in that place.
Oh, sexy baby. Oh, this is trying to. This is where I should start streaming, but I won't because
I believe in miracles.
I will get suspended because of violating intellectual right properties. You sexy baby.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, these guys are making strip this. Oh, that's nice.
So, Beto, I have a question on the photo that I pinned up there on top that you shared.
Yeah.
It looks like you're in a mall, and to the left of the photo, there's a charging booth.
Hold on.
No, those are post office boxes.
Hold on. Because I don't see the. You mean on the Nest? Because on the Nest, I cannot see the
Yes,
Nest.
in that picture from earlier, I asked you, did you get a delivery?
Oh yes, I
there's
did.
a
Yes,
sign.
I
I
did.
don't
Yes.
think those are those deliveries or those are charging stations. Those look like lockable
No,
charging
no, no,
stations in
no.
that mall.
Those are charging stations that, of course, never. I was sitting there waiting, and I was looking at people connecting their cellulars. I mean, for only 30 pesos, which is like 80 cents a dollar, you can have 30 minutes of recharging your cellular. And I was thinking, I should start offering that service for much less. I mean, that would be interesting. Yeah, now there were charging stations for all kind of cellulars. Yeah, they are not usual here, but that was the bus station of Montevideo. That in those big places you always get done in shopping centers as well, in hospitals also, and they are very cheap, and people use them.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the communal charging spots.
Me neither. Me neither. I mean, I wouldn't connect anything to myself. If I'm not in control, I.
I mean, I carry a data blocker just in case if that were to ever happen where I need to connect to something that's hasn't been vetted. But yeah. So okay.
I don't know. Are they common in England, in Denmark,
We had
in
them
France?
in.
No, we don't have them here. I've never seen them.
We've
Mind you,
got.
I don't really go into the city that much anymore and wander around in places like that. So maybe they do,
They have
but
them at
They
every
definitely
bus
did
stop
in
in Paris
Tottenham,
now.
but
Free
they
things at
had
every
them
bus
in
stop.
the mall, the shopping centre, and I may even have used one before. Have I exposed myself to danger?
Well, there are times where, I mean, you are running out of battery and you don't have many options, unfortunately. Uh, Even though you might
well,
have.
then you just let it run out, and and when you go home, you connect it. And you spend a little while without having your telephone turned on. Not the end of the
I
world, is it?
understand that is theoretically completely possible. However, in actuality, you may be waiting to receive an important phone call, a life saving phone call, even. And sometimes it's just a really, really big bummer that your phone has managed to just discharge itself again. And I blame Apple personally. Sorry, Apple.
100% on the Apple comment because they got caught doing the forced training on their end of life products, and so yep. But I have a question now for everyone in the room. I'll paint another situation. You have your phone runs out. You had a phone number for a friend you were meeting, so you're in a foreign place. You just arrived. Your phone is out of battery. You don't have your charger. and you don't know the address or phone number of this friend that you're meeting up with, do you guys have anything in paper or anything that you carry, or whatever?
Phone banks, like
Nope.
power banks.
Well, okay, cool. That I was really looking for Pierce on this one, because I could think of a million problems with the phone running out, but
I can think of a million problems where they don't. I mean, I just charge my phone before I leave home, and it has happened where it's run out and nobody died. Or, as I said to somebody once, that actually said that to me. Yeah, but if you turn your phone off, which I do multiple times every day, and what if somebody dies? I said, well, listen, I'm a fairly resourceful, intelligent fella, but I don't think I'll be able to bring them back to life. If I get to know it now or 2-3 hours from now. I mean, it's not. That's surmising. I mean, stuff like that doesn't happen just because your phone runs out. But I do suppose
You
if your
would
phone
be
ran out, it
surprised.
would. Oh wait, I beg your pardon, darling.
Just said you'd be surprised.
Well, yeah, I
There are
suppose
some
if and when,
critical instances where you
if and
kind of need your phone, but
nah,
unfortunately,
nah.
despite having it
Listen,
plugged in
nah,
overnight, it
darling,
doesn't seem to have
darling,
charged
no, no,
adequately.
no. I grew up in a world where, for the first 30 odd years of my life, there were no mobile telephones or pocket computers, and we survived without all that. So don't worry about
When you say pocket computer, my brain instantly thinks calculator.
Really? Well, when I left school, the first calculators came out, and we thought, wow, we were really blown away by these calculators that could do the mathematics for you, and you didn't have to figure things out in your own head. So yeah, that's the world I came from. So bugger. I mean, I quite often. This morning, I went fishing this morning, and I could have got some beautiful, beautiful pictures, and I forgot my phone, left it at home, and I didn't catch any fish either. But I had a lovely couple of hours down by the river.
Do you think there's any link between you leaving your phone at home and not catching any fish?
No, I think that darling, I often leave home and forget my telephone, or I forget this, or I forget that, or I'm
Goodness,
doing
me
all the
too,
bloody
me
time.
too.
Hey, I beg your pardon?
I said, my goodness, me too, me too.
Well, and it's not, up to now, no one's died anyway. But some people I know have complained and said, "Oh, why, why'd you never pick up the phone?" And I said, "Well, you never pick up the bloody phone. Nobody picks up their phone if you call them these days." And some people even complain about, who the hell do people think they are calling up and whatnot? Why don't they just send a text message? They don't want to talk to you.
If I don't know anyone from the area the call is saying it's from, I'm not going to answer. If it's important, they will leave a message, and hopefully I will listen to the message, but I'm a bit scatterbrained.
Really?
Me too. I do the same. I do the same sometimes. Yep.
Well, I just turn my phone off, and I'm actually these days I do it just to really irritate some people. It's
That's
good fun.
mean.
Well, you gotta have a hobby.
Not a mean one. Can't you have a nice hobby like?
Well, I have some nice ones too. Fishing, although I suppose
Well, I
if
don't
you
know.
end up
It's nice
catching
with a fish.
a poor little fishy there, and you smack it over
Even
the
if you
head and
throw them back,
gut it.
you've still spiked them through the face.
That's a bit of fun, isn't it? Bit of fun, especially the younger ones.
The younger
They're
fishers
just,
or the
I don't
young
know. I mean,
fishies.
this thing about mobile phones. I mean, when I was a taxi driver Friday, Saturday night, if you drove some young un home and they didn't have the money to pay the fare, then you would negotiate. You couldn't just take something off them. You negotiated something of value of theirs that you could take, then put up at the central office, and then they could then the following day, at least that was the theory, the following day come and you left a receipt with their belongings. And
Genius.
then when they then paid their bill, they got their belongings. And we always went for the mobile phone because you knew then, without a shadow of a doubt, they would come the following day. And but it was very, very, very difficult to get them to give up their mobile phones because they thought they were going to die without them. It was like basically ripping a newborn child out of their arms. And I had driver's licenses up there that they never came to get the license. They just left their driver's license up at the central office, at the taxi office, and then like a new license costs quite a lot of money. It costs you about $200-300 to
Was
sort of go.
there
You
a
have to get a
lot
medic.
of time left on that license, or was it
Yeah,
nearly expired?
no. The driver's license here goes from when you're 18 till you're 70. But they just I don't know why they never came to collect their licenses. I don't know. I had 3 of them sitting up there, and but a mobile phone, boom, they were there the following morning. And
What about the 70-year-old? You get to 70, are you expected to stop driving or have
well,
to
no,
apply
then you
more
have to
frequently for
no, then you have to
licenses?
then you have to take a yearly test for your medical condition and stuff like dementia.
Have to take a yearly dementia test?
Yeah, but a lot of them, they can get around the test apparently, somehow.
Because they
But
don't have dementia?
well, no, there has been cases where people have managed to sort of get an extension on their license, even though they have been
Dementia.
reasonably dement, and that's obviously a very dangerous thing.
Absolutely, but I know I spoke to my driving instructor about this, and he said if they were to try and make a mandatory retest in this country, the elderly would be up in arms. I can sort of believe it because, you've already passed your driving test once. Why should you, if you haven't been in any way anything other than a remarkably good driver, should you have to take the test again? Someone was
Well,
supposed
actually,
to
no. I mean,
answer.
here, my driver's license, initially lasts for 20 years or more, but at certain age, yeah, they start requiring to take exams more often. My father got removed his driver's license when he was 70, in his early 70s, and it was okay because his reflex, he wasn't good enough to drive, so it was actually dangerous for him to drive. Unfortunately, it was really painful for him, but it was the right thing to do. And it's not the same when you are 30, 40 than when you are starting, I don't know, at 70 or those kind of ages where you have exams on a yearly basis here in Uruguay to get your license renewed.
Yes, the thing is, the British, particularly the English, are very kind of protective over things, like their right to take back control or their
Is that where
desire
the Americans? Is that where
to,
the Americans got it from?
I would almost guarantee it, all the English's fault.
Now
Not
we've
taking
had.
that,
I
not
mean,
taking that bait either.
no, I've had situations. I mean, obviously in my capacity as a taxi driver, I drove many, many hours every day for many, many years, and
20?
yeah, around that. And so you see an awful lot of different things on the road, and people, when they get to a certain age in their lives, things go wrong. I mean, I've seen a couple of occasions old people driving the wrong way down a motorway, and everyone's bipping their horn and waving and whatever, and they're just staring straight ahead, and it's very dangerous.
At
It's
what
easy to.
speed? How fast
Oh,
were they going the wrong
oh,
way
that'd
down
be
those roads?
that'd be around 130 kilometers an hour. That's around, I don't know, 80 miles an hour or whatever.
That's surely too fast to be driving. Though I know in
Well, but
Germany
that's
on
the speed.
the
That's a speed limit on the
Autobahn,
motorway. But that's a speed limit on the motorway, and so they
sounds a bit
believe that
fast.
but it's easy to get confused.
Mm,
Um,
absolutely, I
and
get confused.
and so it's a difficult one, Kay, because I mean I'm getting up towards that kind of age myself. So what is the solution? Do you say everybody once they reach a certain age should have their the right to drive a vehicle? I mean, I think in the future it's not going to be a biggie anyway, because most cars will be self-driving, so you won't really need to have a license, will you?
I mean, I wonder how long everyone in here thinks we're likely to wait for the advent of the self-driving car, and
Well, it's
how
already
long it'll
here.
take.
It's already here. There's quite a few various. The last taxi I had was a big Mercedes E-Class, and that could drive itself.
It drove itself, not like
Yeah,
cruise
it could,
control or something.
it could drive itself, but the law says you have to be there in the car holding the steering wheel. But it had a
So you have
radar
to be
system.
driving essentially.
Yeah, it's
Well,
It
amazing
could have.
no, you can
technology.
just
So that
it had a radar system all the way around the car, so it slowed down. If the car in front of it slowed down, it kept a certain distance. It wouldn't overtake if you hadn't looked properly in your blind spot, and so it basically drove itself, and you just sat there and held the
How did it
steering
know
wheel.
if you haven't? Did you have to really make a meal of checking your blind spot like you do in a
Well,
driving
no,
exam?
you didn't have to make a meal of it. It didn't know whether you did or not. But if you made the mistake of not doing it and wanted to move out and over, in other words, you turned off the autopilot and took control and decided, okay, I don't want to be driving behind this old person any longer. I'm going to
Yeah.
pass. And you tried to drive out. If there was a car coming and you'd missed a car coming in your blind spot, it would stop you from. It's a very strange sensation. I tried it once. It would stop you from moving out. So
It
those
saved your life.
no,
Well,
Stopped you from
I just
pulling out in front of a.
no, it
yeah.
didn't stop. It would
It re-
in a scenario where you had not seen somebody in your blind spot. Yes, it would save yours life and probably theirs. Um,
my car does that. It has sensors all around it. So when someone's getting close to the side or they're in my blind spot, or if I turn on my signal and I'm going to change lane and there's lanes and there's someone that's coming up fast to the side, it starts beeping at me.
Yeah, make an itchy beeping noise.
Well,
Yeah.
that car I had will actually physically stop you from moving out if that car if
Hmm.
if it knew that car was coming.
I
So
never tested it, Piers. You
yeah,
did.
well, I did too. I mean, my father always said the trouble with me in the car was I was always pushing buttons and stuff, and so I had to test it out, and I did, and it worked perfectly, obviously. So those cars are already here, Kay, and I mean if you look at Tesla. Quite a few of their models are self-driving too. So it's a matter of time. It'll be.
Mine
So you.
Itself if you get too close to the car in front,
Oh,
or
yeah, same thing.
close to anything, it'll break.
Does it? If you're on the motorway, can you program it to go the same speed as the car in front of you? And if that car slows down, you slow down. If that car speeds up, you speed up.
No, I'm usually too busy speeding up most of the time.
Yeah, typical woman. Yeah, typical bloody woman. But they can. The one I had could do all sorts of bloody things. It was like a bloody. The guy who owned the car, I said to him, "What do you need all that shit for?" Because it costs a lot of money to have all these extra things. But he was a funny guy like that. He sort of liked to show off about all the stuff he had in the car and Wi-Fi and everything. And I said to him, we never use it. He said, "Oh, sometimes you get businessmen that want to use Wi-Fi on the way to the airport and whatnot." I never tried that. The only time I ever tried anyone who wanted to use Wi-Fi was a drunken Greenlander. He wanted to use it, and but yeah, they're basically. It's not in the too far distant future, and most cars will be like that. So then you won't have to worry about having a driver's license, will you? Because all the cars will be. You'll just be sitting there, and it'll bring you to wherever you want to go, and we'll all subscribe to some, what would be known as Eurocar or Avis or whatever, some big company that have thousands and thousands of these cars, and then you just pay a certain fee every year to them, and when you need a car, you
what
call and get
about
one. And then it brings you to where you want to go and lets you off. Bob's your uncle.
it sounds fairly simple and hugely beneficial. However, I'm just thinking, would you not, as the car company, the Tesla or whoever, need to cover your ass? The reason that you've got to be in the car and holding the wheel, and you have to have your seatbelt on.
Of course, the car won't
yeah,
stop
yeah,
without your
yeah.
seatbelt on. The car
You
won't
have to
stop.
have your seatbelts on now.
Yes, the law here too.
And every seatbelt. Let's put it this way: if there's 3 people on the back seat and 2 up front, there are 3 seatbelts in the back, and there are 2 up front. So, if there's 5 people in the car, everyone has to wear a seatbelt. If there's a child in the car, then there has to be special. You have to have special kiddie seat. This particular car was really innovative. The 2 outside back seats, you could just click on the bottom of them, and a little kiddie seat popped up, which was really, really cool. So you didn't have to bugger around with them bloody ones that you can get where you have to have it in the back, in the boot, which is always in the bloody way. So that was a really cool car.
Were you someone, I suppose, as a taxi driver, kind of requires you to have boot space for, I don't know, maybe someone would have a load of luggage, for example?
Well, yeah,
And
I mean, obviously there's a limit.
The dickheads were you that charged people to put something in your boot?
No, you don't charge people to put stuff in your boot.
Yeah, because you're not a dickhead.
Well, no, I mean, you're not allowed to do that here. You can charge people for taking their bicycle with them. You can charge
even
them,
if
I
it's
think
in the boot.
Well, no, you don't put bicycles in the boot, darling. You put them on a bicycle rack that you
What if it's
have
a faulty
to then.
bicycle? You're not allowed to charge for that.
No.
Hey.
anything you put in the boot of your car is luggage, so it's not something that you charge money for. But sometimes you'll get people who will come along with, 2 people, and they'll have about 5 great big suitcases. But then we'd also have taxis where it'd be like an 8-person taxi. Like a big sort of van, Mercedes van or whatnot, and then we'd call them, and because obviously they could accommodate that amount of luggage, whereas your normal estate car can't. If you've got 2-3 people and a large amount of luggage, then you can't have. I've seen some guys trying to get. Trying to get stuff. Then normally that'd be sort of new taxi drivers that can't sort of don't really think about the amount of luggage until they're trying to get it into the back of the car, and then they realise that they can't get it in there, and then we, call a bigger vehicle to transport the people to wherever they're going. But no, but you can charge, I think it's, what was it, £1 or something like that for putting somebody's bicycle on the back of the car. I normally used to forget about that anyway. I never used to really charging people extra. I'd rather get a tip.
You got to pay for the bike rack because they probably aren't going to just happen to have one for your
you have to have a
model
bicycle
of
rack.
car.
You have to have a bicycle rack.
Is it the law?
Yeah. And you have to realise in Denmark, it's one of the countries in the world where, per capita, probably more people cycle than anywhere else apart from Holland. And so there's an awful lot of people. A lot of people have their bicycles with them, and they will maybe, for example, ride into the city in the beginning of the evening, and then they might want to, if it starts raining or whatever, or they just can't be bothered cycling home, they want to bring their bicycle with them, and so you have to have a bicycle rack, which is easy enough. You've got your towing hitch on the back, and you just whip it out and put it on, click it open.